check. We are just about to get started here, Cavemen fans. Tonight we have the Mishawaka Varsity Volleyball team taking on the Bremen Lions. Game's a little bit later tonight due to a 5:30 JV start. Cavemen JV won against Bremen here tonight, 2-0, as the Varsity Cavemen will try to get a win as well. They huddle up here as we get ready to go. I'm Matt Rendell, here to bring you the varsity volleyball match. We only got a few more left here at the Cave, so come out and check the ladies if you have a chance. And we're about to get started. Looks like Bremen's gonna start out serving to the Cavemen. Bremen in your green on your left. On your right, you'll have the Cavemen in their white. To serve for the Lions is gonna be number 9, Riley Hirschberger. She is a junior here for the Lions. Officials just checking the lineups as we're ready to start. We will not be having a varsity football broadcast this Friday, as the football team will be at Elkhart Central, and we will not be able to broadcast there. You can still listen live at 96.1 WSBT. They'll be broadcasting on the radio. You can also listen online as well. I'll be listening from home this week. And we are about to start as Hirschberger puts it up, and she hits it over in play. Mitchell puts it up for Pelletier, tips it down. Point Cavemen. So the Cavemen score the first point on the game on a great tip there from Pelletier. The tip ball has really hurt the Cavemen this year, and there they get one as Fry goes back to serve for the Cavemen. Mitchell puts it up. This time Madison, but right there is Hirschberger. They got to get it over, and they put it up. They got to get it over now. They do. Ashburn to Mitchell. Mitchell puts it all the way across for Pelletier, and that's down. Point Cavemen. So the Cavemen scored 2 early points, one on a tip, the second on a big hit there by Pelletier, as Fry will go back to serve for the second straight time. And that serve by Fry is into the net, and that's going to be a point for Bremen. So 2 quick points for the Cavemen, but the Lions get a point there on the bad serve. Mitchell puts it up this time for Madison. Madison puts it down, and they're going to say in. That was close, but that's going to say it was in. Oh, and tip, so even better. So either way, the Cavemen would have scored. Cavemen now up 3-1. As Pelletier serves, she gets it over. Bremen's got to get it over. They do. Fry gets to it. Mitchell back to Madison. Madison with a big hit. That's going to be long out of bounds. Point Bremen. And that's a good serve, and that's going to be too long, out of bounds. Point Cavemen. That serve was from number 11, Miller. As Lindsay Miller served it just long as the Cavemen let that go for a point. 4-2 is the Cavemen lead, as they lead by 2 early in the first set. And that's going to be a bad hit there by number 5. Number 5 is Paige Locker. She just couldn't get around on that, and the Cavemen will score another point. Serving is Holland as she puts it over. This time Locker gets a good hit on it. Bremen has a chance. It's going to be long and in, though, as it just fell in as Holland chased after it and thought it was going to go out, but it did not. The Lions score, making it 5-3. Number 3, Ellie Feldman back to serve for the Lions as she puts it up. Fry gets to it. Mitchell put it up for Pelletier. Good hit there by Pelletier. Bremen has a chance but cannot get it. Cavemen score, makes it 6-3. In the game is Watford, number 22 for the Cavemen to serve. She puts it up and gets it over. A bad hit there, but the Lions will have a chance. Good hit as Holland hits it up. That's going to be too far. Point Lions. Shively back to serve for the Lions. Watford punches it out, and Mitchell puts it up for Ashburn. She tips it over. The Lions get it over. Watford's there. Mitchell all the way across to Fry. And Fry gets it down. Point Cavemen. Cavemen hold a 7-4 lead right now, a 3-point advantage over the Lions. Ashburn gets it over. And it's there. Good hit, but Ashburn keeps it alive. Holland puts it up, and they got to get it over. Pelletier does. The Lions now have a chance. They get it over off the block and down. Point Lions. So the Cavemen were there for the block. They blocked it, but it fell just in between the Cavemen defenders. Nobody could get to it. Locker back to serve for the Lions. She puts it up and over. It's going to be long, but they play it. Pelletier gets it over to Fry, who gets it down. Watford dives and gets to it. Pelletier's got to get it over. She does. Ashburn's there. Mitchell across to Fry. Fry with the big hit and down. Point Cavemen. Holland out for the Cavemen. In is Skylar Madison. Mitchell back to serve for the Cavemen. That serve is up and good. Lions got to get it over here, and they do. Ashburn's there. Mitchell with the set. It's all the way across. Fry winds up, and it's good, but it's going to be out. Point Lions. Good hit by Fry, but she couldn't quite get around on it as it goes too long out of bounds. Watford's got to get it over, and she does. A diving attempt there by the Lions is not good enough as the Cavemen will score. In for the Cavemen is number 6. Quincy Streffling. Out goes Watford. Back to serve is Megan Fry. Fry with a good serve there. Lions got to get it over. They tip it over, and Streffling's there. Mitchell puts it up for Pelletier, and that's going to be down. The Lions get to it. They got to get it over now as Locker tries. It's not going to be long enough. Point Cavemen. Good hustle by the Lions, but not enough as the Cavemen will score the point. They take their largest lead of the match by 4. Ashburn's there. Mitchell puts it back for Madison. Madison with the big hit off the block. It's still good. Lions just get it over as they one-hand it. Madison has a chance again, but the Lions are there. They hit it over. Fry up to Mitchell. Mitchell all the way across to Streffling, who goes running in, and that's going to be a bad hit. Point Cavemen. An awkward play there for the Lions as Streffling came across the court and hit it over, and the Lions were not able to get it. Cavemen now lead by 5 here, 11-6, our first set of this match. Ashburn had to tie her shoe. She's good to go now. Fry gets it over. And that's not going to be good enough. Point Cavemen. And now the Cavemen are on a roll. They've now doubled up the Lions 6-12. Serve is up and good. And that's going to be out of bounds, though. Another good serve on the ace there from Megan Fry. Fry started off the game with the serve, got a point, and then put it right into the net, but she's been on a roll here. She's gotten about 3 or 4 points in a row to make it 13-5. Bremen's got to get it over. They do. Ashburn's right there. Mitchell puts it up for Madison. Madison hits it over, and it's going to be off the ceiling. They got to play it, though, and that's going to be a point Cavemen. When the ball's hit off the ceiling here, they have to play the ball, and they weren't able to get it after it comes shooting down from the ceiling. As the Cavemen have kind of the slanted roof here. It's a tough one to play off of. A bad hit, and the Cavemen score again on the ace as the Cavemen now lead 15-6. That's going to lead to a Bremen timeout as the Cavemen have opened up a 9-point advantage. Cavemen lead right now 15-6. We have a timeout by Bremen, giving up a number of points in a row as they're going to have to try to come back from a big deficit. Some events coming up this week. We've got 2 events against Elkhart Central, both on the road at Elkhart Central. The first one is going to be a volleyball match Thursday evening at Elkhart Central. So go check out the JV and varsity volleyball teams at Elkhart. Friday night, you'll also have varsity football at Elkhart Central. The Cavemen coming off a big 47-0 victory over Clay. They'll be taking on Elkhart Central on the road. Again, we said it early in the broadcast, but our next broadcast will not be until next week, as we will not be able to broadcast live on YouTube at Elkhart Central, either for volleyball or for football. The serve again by Fry coming out of the timeout. Bremen gets it over, but Fry's right there. Mitchell puts it up for Pelletier, who hits it hard, but the Lions are there. Streffling hits it, but they're going to call that as a double hit. Streffling just got didn't quite get both her hands on it at the same time. That causes the double hit and a Lions point. It's a good serve. Mitchell puts it up for Madison, and again, they're going to say a double hit. So 2 in the row by the Cavemen are unforced errors on 2 double hits, and the Lions score 2 straight points, makes it 15-8. The serve is a good one again. Mitchell puts it up for Pelletier, and a big-time hit there. Falls inbounds, point Cavemen. Pelletier back to serve for the Cavemen. Serve is up and over. And that's going to be too long. Out of bounds, point Cavemen. So Pelletier with the good serve, and Bremen just couldn't get that down inbounds. Makes it 17-8 Cavemen. Another good serve there. A good hit off the block, out of bounds. So a good play there by the Lions as they were able to get it across the court to the far side and hit it right off the block and out of bounds. 17-9. Serving for the Lions is number 11, Lindsay Miller, and that's a bad hit by the Cavemen as that'll be an ace. Streffling couldn't decide how to hit that, as that'll be an ace for the Lions and a second straight point. Cavemen just need 8 more points to win this set. So there's another good serve as Streffling, again, some indecision, but she got it over. As Ashburn comes in, that's going to be down and out of bounds. Point Lions. So good play there by the Cavemen, but just too far out of bounds. It'll be another serve for the Lions. It's up, it's over. Fry is there. The set over to Madison. Madison with a hit into the net. And a 4th straight point. Cuts the Cavemen lead to 5. They were up by as much as 9 here just a few minutes ago. A few more points, it might cause Coach Anderson to call a timeout, but that one's out of bounds. So just as we thought the Lions were coming back, a errant serve goes out of bounds, and that'll give a point to the Cavemen. Madison goes out. In for the Cavemen is Holland. Holland is in to serve. Locker's got to get it over. She does. Mitchell sets it across. The Pelletier off the block and down. Point Cavemen. Cavemen make it 19-12. And the serve is a good one. Too long, though. Locker almost played it, but you heard her teammates shout that it was out, and it ended up being out of bounds, so that'll be a point for the Lions. Serving is number 3, Ellie Feldman, who gets it over. Streffling hits it, but right there are the Lions. And they tip it over. Holland's right there. To Mitchell all the way to Streffling off the block. They got to get it over. They do. So a good save there by the Lions as Ashburn comes in hard, inbounds. A nice quick set and spike there by the Cavemen. Gets them to 20. 20-13 is our score. 5 points from winning our first set. We'll have a brief 3-minute break here in between sets. We got some new equipment coming your way, so we'll have some different angles, hopefully, some different things coming your way for football. Some ads that we'll be putting on volleyball games. A good tip, but out of bounds. Ashburn tipped that just too far to the far side. Makes it 20-14. Cavemen have been in control throughout, but they got to make sure not to give up a string of points here. That goes too far and out of bounds. So the Bremen Lions helping them out there with 2 bad serves in a row as they were trying to make a run. But the Cavemen up 7, a comfortable lead here late in the first set. The serve from Ashburn is up and over. Good job by the Lions. Gets it off the block and down as nobody was there for the Cavemen. Locker back to serve. She gets it over. Mitchell tips it over in 2 hits. That was going to go out, but they play it, so they got to play on. As Fry gets a hit, it's still in. They got to get it over. They do. Holland to Mitchell. Mitchell up. It's got to be Watford. She gets it over. Good job by both teams so far here. Holland's right there. Pelletier tips it over, but the Lions keep it in play. Holland is there. Mitchell up to Fry. Fry gets it across the court, still in play as it's tipped over, but 2 hits in a row will cause an infraction and a Cavemen point. That was a good back and forth rally there from both teams. Cavemen just 3 points from winning our first set here tonight. Nikki Mitchell back to serve for the Cavemen. She gets it over. That's going to be too far. So just too far leads to a Caveman point and another Mitchell serve. A good serve by Mitchell. Lions get it over. Watford to Mitchell all the way to Madison. Good hit off of the defender, out of bounds. And that was definitely tipped, and so it'll be a 9-point lead here, 24-15. And this is set point here as Nikki Mitchell will serve to try to win the first set for the Cavemen. They got to get it over here as Mitchell does. And that tip's not going to be good enough as it doesn't go across. Cavemen point, and the Cavemen win our first set by a score of 25-15. In between sets here, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break as they're going to do some stretching, some push-ups, get ready for our next set, and hopefully a Caveman victory. We are just about ready to start set number 2. In set number 2, the Cavemen will be trying to win the first 2 sets. They're going to try to win this here in straight sets if they can. They won the first one by a score of 25-15. So the Cavemen in control so far, as they were back and forth early, but were able to stretch it out about halfway through the first set. And we're just about ready to go. Cavemen will be serving to start set number 2, and that'll be Nikki Mitchell back to serve for the Cavemen. With only a few volleyball matches left here at home, we're hoping the Cavemen can win as many as possible heading into sectionals. And on that Mitchell serve, they dropped the first point as it fell right in between the Cavemen defense. Springman in for the Cavemen as Pelletier goes out. Good serve there as Springman's right there. Mitchell's got to play it up. She does to Madison, who gets it across. Locker gets to it. They got to get it over, and they do. There'll be Mitchell up for Ashburn. Ashburn gets high off the ground, but too far, out of bounds. Lions point. That one made it all the way over into the bleachers, right to Principal Jerome Caldroni here at Mishawaka. He's in the stands at the end. You can't see him. Good serve by the Lions. And that's off the net and down, point Cavemen. So a good hit there from Fry as it hits just off the top of the net as she'll go back to serve now. Cavemen dropped the first 2 points of this set, but they score here and get the serve back. Serve is up and good. Lions got to get it over, and they do not. Into the net. It looked like it was going to go over, but they hit it right into the net, and that'll be a point Cavemen. Back to serve again is Fry. It's another good serve. As it almost looked like an ace, but the Lions just saved it from being out of bounds. That'll be Streffling down and in. Cavemen quickly turned that 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead. This is the second set here. If you missed the first set, the Cavemen were able to win that one 25-15. Another serve by Fry is good, and that's going to be an ace. Good serve there from Fry, and the Lions weren't able to hit it over as the Cavemen score their 4th straight point here after going down 2-0. Fry serves again. Lions have a chance. Off the block, though, and down. Point Cavemen. The first block for the Cavemen that led to a point there as Ashburn and Madison were there to block that right back down on the Lions. The serve again by Fry is good. Mitchell is there. The Cavemen will have to return this one as it's over to Streffling, and can she get it? She does. Out of bounds. Point Cavemen. A big hit by Streffling as it hits off of the Bremen defender and out of bounds. Cavemen score again. Good serve there by the Cavemen. It's Fry still serving. And they're going to call the Cavemen with a net infraction, as that's going to be a point for the Lions. Lions got to try to keep it close here early as they let the first set get away from them in the middle. Right now they're only down 3. They got to get some points here after Cavemen scored 6 in a row. Madison off the block, still in play though. Bremen way too long, out of bounds, point Cavemen. So after one serve, the Cavemen are going to get the serve back as the Lions weren't able to keep a rally going there for themselves. As back to serve is Ashburn for the Cavemen. Serve is up and good. Big time hit. That looked like it was going out. The Cavemen got to get it over as Pelletier does. A good job of scrambling there by the Cavemen. Fry is there this time as it's a little more calm as it'll be Mitchell to Pelletier and down. Or excuse me, that was Streffling that hit that over right into the middle of the defense. Point Cavemen. 8-3 now is the Cavemen lead. It's still early, but the Lions have got to get some points back here. They got to get the serve and try to get some points before it gets too big of a lead for the Cavemen. Lions get it over. Mitchell up to Pelletier, who tips it. It's still in play, though, as a diving save there. That's going to be too long, though. Point Cavemen. The Lions did a great job there of diving, scrambling, getting it back up in the air, but not enough as the Cavemen were able to get the point on the errant hit. Ashburn to serve again. 9-3, the Cavemen lead. Bremen tips it over, and Streffling can't quite get there as it just caught part of the net and went over as it kind of spun down as Streffling dove for it. Point for the Lions as the Cavemen lead by 5. Good serve from the Lions. They've got to make a run here. But Madison hits that right into the block, out of bounds, point Cavemen. So the Lions scored the first 2 points of this set. Since then, they've scored 2 more. Both of them have turned into serves for the Lions, and the Lions have not been able to keep their serve going, as it'll go right back as Holland in to serve for the Cavemen. It's over as Ashburn dives for it. Mitchell up to Streffling. She hits it. They got to play it now, and that's a bad second hit, and they're not going to be able to get it over in 3. Point Cavemen. Cavemen lead by 7. Holland serves again. They got to play it. And they get it over. Pelletier to Mitchell all the way across to Streffling. A big time hit there from Streffling as it gets down inbounds. Point Cavemen. Cavemen have really been on a roll since about the middle of the first set, as they already lead 12-4 here in our second set. Holland with the serve again. Lions got to get it over. Can they? It's just going to get over as Mitchell puts it up. Holland all the way across to Streffling. She gets behind that one a little too much as it comes down into the net. Point Bremen. And the Lions going to serve again, see if they can get a rally going for themselves. Pelletier with a running hit, still in play though. And off the block, Streffling still there though. Mitchell puts it up for Pelletier, who tips it. Still in play. Bremen gets it over. Cavemen have to scramble, they do. Fry hits it over. And we're still going. Bremen trying to get their first back-to-back points since the first 2 points of this set. Mitchell all the way across to Streffling, and that's going to be too long. It looked like it was out of bounds, but they are going to call an infraction on the Lions, so that's going to be a Cavemen point there, as the Lions had a little bit of a problem there at the net. So at first it was pointed towards the Lions, but then they said that infraction will cause the point to go to the Cavemen, as it's now 13-5. Watford in to serve for the Cavemen. That's into the net. Didn't make it over though, as they're going to say it didn't hit the block. So they're going to say that didn't get quite over the net as it hit into the net and did not get over, as that'll be a point for the Cavemen. And then the Lions get a point right back on the errant serve from Watford as it hit into the net and didn't go over. Serve is up and good. Mitchell puts it up for Pelletier, who tips it over. Still in play though. Holland up, Mitchell to set. Pelletier hits it into the block and down. Point Cavemen. 15-6 is the Cavemen lead here in our second set. Pelletier to serve for the Cavemen. She gets it into the net and didn't quite make it over as it hit the top. And that'll be a one and done there for the Cavemen, as the Cavemen have served 2 straight into the net. As Springman's in, Pelletier goes out. Locker to serve, a good serve as the Cavemen have to get it over now, as Ashburn does. Good hit into the block, out of bounds, point Lions. So the Lions are able to score 2 straight points for the first time in a very long time, as now it's 16-8. Excuse me, 15-8 is the Cavemen lead. Another good serve by Locker. Fry with the big time hit, Cavemen point. Big hit there from Megan Fry and the Cavemen. Now the score is 16-8. Cavemen to serve now. It's Nikki Mitchell back to serve for the Cavemen. We're getting closer and closer to senior night as we only have a few more matches here. That's going to be off the block and down, point Lions. As I say that, we've got 4 seniors here for the Cavemen. Many of them on the court right now. As a serve from the Lions is across. It'll be Mitchell over to Madison, off the block and down, point Cavemen. Madison, Skylar Madison, one of the seniors right there. Coming in right now is number 6, Quincy Streffling, a second of the 4 seniors. Lizzie Ashburn in the front as well as in the back. We have Abby Springman. Those round out your 4 seniors. And a huge block by Lizzie Ashburn makes it a 18-9 here in our second set. We inch closer and closer to another Caveman victory in our second set. Good hit, but too long, out of bounds, point Caveman. 19-9 as the Cavemen lead by 10. Cavemen just need 6 more points to get the victory here in our second set. Cavemen did win the first set 25-15, pulling away near the center, kind of as they have in this set as well. Good hit, but Mitchell's there. Madison over to Streffling. Streffling gets it across. Good hit as Fry is there. Mitchell put it up. This one to Madison. That's going to come down inbounds. Point Cavemen. The diving attempt there by the Lions was not enough, as that'll go back to the Cavemen. Megan Fry to serve now. 20-19 our score. Set number 2. That's serve. Checking those things every once in a while. Oh, you should be good. Yeah, you can go back to it. Yeah. So we're at 0-0, so it's just checking, make sure we're still up. I like that. And I'm going over there, put it live. Maybe we had a moment of people here. So right now we're in the third set. We're back here for our third set. Cavemen are hoping this will be the final set, as they won the first 2. Looked like our stream dropped for just a few points there. The Cavemen won the second set by a score of 25-9. They won the first set by a score of 15, excuse me. So the Cavemen have a chance here to win in straight sets. Hirschberger back to serve for the Lions. This Lions going to make a quick sub already. In for the Lions is going to be number 7, Lauren Miller. So we're ready to start here as Hirschberger's going to put it up, gets it into the net. Not a good start for the Lions as it's straight into the net. And Watford in for Streffling to serve. Watford back to serve. And that's down, point Cavemen. So a good hit there by Fry as she gets it down, and a point will be to the Cavemen, makes it 2-0. And here's the serve by Watford, 2-0 Cavemen. Lions get it over. Watford up to Mitchell. She puts it up for Pelletier, and she hits it hard. And they're going to say that number 6 for the Lions went underneath there a little bit too far, and that'll be a point for the Cavemen. That went out of bounds, so they thought it was going to be a Lions point, but Cavemen get the point. 3-0 early in set number 3. Good serve from Watford. And it's across. Pelletier to Mitchell. All the way across to Fry, who tips it over and down. Point Cavemen. Four to nothing, a great start in set number 3. The serve by Watford is good. And that's into the net, though. Another Cavemen point. 5-0, set number 3. Watford to serve. It's a good serve there as the Lions have a chance. That's too far, though. It's going to be out of bounds. Point Cavemen. It is now 6-0 here in our third set. Watford to serve. She puts it over. Good hit there from the Lions. Mitchell puts it back for Madison. She gets it over, but the Lions will have a chance now. Nobody goes for it, but at the last second they do. Pelletier puts it down. Still in play. Pelletier with the block. She tips it up. They're going to say that's a double hit. Actually, they're going to call that as a lift there. And so that'll be the first point in our third set. It's for the Lions. Back to serve for the Lions is going to be number 6, Bailey Vermillion. It'll be Madison, and she puts it down hard. Point for Mishawaka. Courtney Pelletier goes back to serve. She will be serving with a 6-point lead here. And actually Pelletier's not going to see it serve, as for the first time tonight, Cora Neff comes in. Cora Neff's going to come in to serve here up by 6. Neff comes in a limited role, usually to bring some energy. Good hit into the block and down, though, on the Caveman side of the net. That'll be a point for the Lions. Good serve there from the Lions. That was number 11, Lindsay Miller. And that's off the block down, point Cavemen. Madison out. In is number 23, Holland. Holland's in to serve for the Cavemen. And the serve is across. Bremen has a chance right here. They get it across, but very high for the Cavemen. Ashburn tips it off the net and down. Not quite what Ashburn was trying to do, but it worked, as it'll be a point for the Cavemen, and Holland back to serve again. Serve is up and over. Lions have to get it over. They do. Holland to Mitchell. She tips it across in 2. A good tip there. Fry dives for it, but can't get to it. Point, Lions. Miller to serve. That's Lauren Miller, who came in, and she saves it. It'll be Mitchell over to Fry. Fry again. That one off the block. And Holland off the block, still in play. Off the block, out of bounds. Point, Lions. Bremen scored a few points here, makes it 9-4 after giving up the first 6 points of this third set. Lauren Miller back to serve again. She gets it over. Mitchell puts it up for Watford. Watford too hard, out of bounds. Point, Lions. So that quick, the Cavemen were having a good time, really doing really well, and all of a sudden now it's a 4-point set, as the Lions only trail 9-5. Fry gets it over and right into the body of the Lions, and that goes out of bounds. Point, Cavemen. Streffling in for the Cavemen. Fry back to serve for the Cavemen.
Now to the Lions, number 13, Emily Taylor.
After some substitutions, we'll be ready to go here. Fry to serve. She gets it across. Lions have a chance here, but off the block and down. Point, Cavemen. Good block there from Streffling and Ashburn, as it'll be Fry back to serve again. Fry's probably had the best night of any of the Cavemen serving. A few aces and a lot of points. That serve is over. The set not going to be good enough. That's going to be 4 hits. Point, Cavemen. 12-5 is our score. Cavemen with the 7-point advantage. Fry to serve again. And that's tipped over. Holland over to Streffling. Streffling hits it. That's going to be too far and out of bounds. Point, Lions. Well, now they're actually going to give that point to the Cavemen, it looks like. I went out of bounds, but they're going to say it was tipped, as the FAR official says it was tipped. Good serve by Fry. And that's across as Holland's backpedaling. Neff tries to get it, can't get it on the second hit. Out of bounds, point over to the Lions. Shively to serve for the Lions. They got to get to it. Neff does, and they got to get it over as Mitchell gets it across. The set all the way across. Off the block, still in play though. As it's hit across, nobody gets to it as both Fry and Mitchell went down for it and neither could get there. 13-7 is the score. Cavemen lead. Big hit there by Streffling, still in play. And the Cavemen will have a chance at it. That puts up. Ashburn inbounds, point, Cavemen. Cavemen will be taking over the serve as Ashburn will go back to serve. I'm Matt Rendell here. We are in our third and what looks to be right now could be the final set as the Cavemen have won the first 2. They lead here by 7. I've been bringing you all the volleyball games. I've had some help here tonight from Declan Quintanilla. He's been helping me out keeping the score. Mitchell can't get that over, but he's been helping me out keeping the score, showing him how to set everything up. He's going to be helping us out from now on as they're going to give that point to the Lions. So I just wanted to make sure to say thanks to Declan. He'll be helping us out with some different sports throughout the year. And that's over to Pelletier. That's going to be down, point Cavemen. So the Cavemen get the serve back. 10 points from victory here in this match as they won the first 2 sets. Good serve by Mitchell. The set is good. Right there, though, is Fry. Mitchell back to Madison. Madison hits it hard and in. Point Cavemen. Back to serve again is Mitchell. And the Cavemen will have a chance. Mitchell up to Pelletier. She gets it off the block. Good job by the Lions. Good set as they've got a chance to get it over. They do, but it's too far. Out of bounds. Point Cavemen. So the Lions have had a tough night here tonight. They trail in our third set here by 9. But again, I said earlier, they've only got 2 seniors and a lot of players coming up, whereas most of the players are freshmen and sophomores. That serve by Mitchell is too short into the net. Point over to the Lions. Just quickly wrap that up. There are only 2 seniors, but there's also only 2 juniors on this Bremen Lions team. The rest of them are all sophomores and freshmen. As Madison hits that off the net and in. Point Cavemen. 7 of these varsity players for the Lions are freshmen or sophomores, so a very young team, so they'll hopefully have some better days ahead. Back to serve is Watford for the Cavemen, and that one into the net. That's 2 in a row by the Cavemen into the net. 1 by Mitchell, 1 by Watford. Lions will go back to serve. That'll be number 6, Bailey Vermillion. She's back to serve again for Bremen. Her serve is good. Mitchell all the way across the Fry. Off the block, still in though. And a tip. Mitchell's there. Watford gets the second. They got to get it over as Madison does. The set is across. A good hit into the block and down. Point to Bremen. So Bremen trying to make a comeback here. Trail by 7 here in our third set. The serve by Vermillion again is good. Mitchell up to Pelletier off the block, still in. Bremen had to get it over, they did. Mitchell set it across the Fry. Fry with a big hit, still in. They got to get it over, but they're going to say that was a lift, just barely. It was a pretty good hit, but she just barely got under that one. Pelletier out, in to serve is going to be Neff. Serve is up and good, but just out of bounds. Point Lions. It is 19-12, Cavemen lead. That's Lindsay Miller there serving. She's one of the seniors on this team as Ashburn just got that over. Good block by Ashburn, right back down as number 8 Lydia Sam couldn't get it over. That's one of the freshmen of this varsity volleyball team. Back to serve is Alex Lanou, excuse me. Her first action of this match. That's over as it just barely gets over, and Cavemen couldn't play it there as it'll be a point for Bremen. 20-13 is the score, set number 3. A good serve there from Lauren Miller. Lanou gets it across, a big hit. And now she's there. It'll be Mitchell up for Ashburn, off the block and down. Point Cavemen. Back to serve for the Cavemen is Megan Fry. Again, she's had a very good night serving here tonight as that serve is over and down. Right as I say that, she ends up with another ace. Point Cavemen. Cavemen lead by 9, 22-13. 3 points from the straight set victory. The serve is up and it is again good, and that's going to be another ace. 2 aces in a row for Megan Fry. And that's going to be Fry again. She gets it over. This time the Lions get it across. This one to Streffling, and that's going to be down. Point Cavemen. And now we are on match point as the Cavemen lead by 11. Fry back to serve again. There it is, and that was close there. The Lions got to get it across. They do. Mitchell puts it across and down. Point Cavemen and a victory. With that, the Cavemen win set number 3, 25-13. Cavemen win in straight sets, 25-15, 25-9, and 25-13. In a show of sportsmanship there, the Cavemen are able to shake hands with the Lions as they win, heading into their next match on Thursday night. Go support the Cavemen volleyball Thursday night at Elkhart Central, as well as the Cavemen football team Friday night, also at Elkhart Central. I'm Matt Rendell here with thanking Declan for his help here tonight, doing some score updates, checking our broadcast, and learning the ropes here for your Mishawaka sports broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to our volleyball. Our next match won't be until next week, so stay tuned for that, and have a good evening.